we went to during the conference, we could have recorded the entire keynote so that you have the audio of that to listen back to. So you can use the microphone, and then the trash can, what do you think it does? Gets rid of the whole note. And if I press that, it's going to pop up and warn me, are you sure you want to get rid of this note? So once I close Evernote, then that note goes as my latest note, and it automatically arranges or organizes them by month. So I see the notes I've taken in July, all the notes I've taken in June as well. But you can create folders of your own or notebooks. So I just touched the elephant here in the top left corner. And notice now it says places, tags, notebooks, all notes. If I go to notebooks, then I've created notebooks. I've done some training at Caney Valley, and I've attended some meetings at Caney Valley, and I've taken notes on 2 of them. I have a Common Core note, Compass Learning stuff. ISTE was the conference we went to, and I have 13 notes in there. So I can create notes as well by just hitting the plus sign and making a new note. Or I could edit any of these notes too. When I open a note, notice when I go to the note info, the first thing will tell me what notebook it's in, and it's just in the generic, my username notebook. I can click that and I can move that to a different notebook. So I have a notebook here called Project Connect. So I'm going to touch Project Connect. Give it a second. You don't see it do anything. I expected it to do something. And now it's changed the notebook to Project Connect. If you're big into tags, giving it keywords that you can search for certain notes, then you could press tags and you could put Connect there or Summer Institute, and then you can search for your notes that have those same tags. I should use tags more than I do, but I really don't. Okay, so now that one will be in my Project Connect notebook. And there it is. So I want to show you one other way. I read on Twitter just the other day of a good idea of how to use Evernote in your classroom. Like I said, things you learn here, take back and use in your classroom. Well, this is our Summer Institute roster, everyone that's participating. And when I created this note, it gives me an option of the kind of note I want to create, just a text note. One of them is a checklist of notes. I can insert checkboxes. So if I'm walking around the classroom and I am doing homework checks, and I usually use, a roster and I make hand notes, and I just don't want to do that, then I can walk around the classroom, or if I'm doing just behavior type things, how the kids are behaving, I can create a whole rubric with 4 columns here of information with the check boxes in each column of the rubric. And then I could check, okay, so here we have, I never can hit exactly where I need to. If I wasn't connected to the projector, it'd be a lot easier. I can say, okay, Jackie completed whatever. And Chris did. And Jeannie did. And so forth. So then you have your checklist right there. And I can close that and it just saves it for you exactly that way. So you can use it just for classroom management type things if you want to make checklists or rubrics of your student assignments.
Can you do like a note within a note? Like if you wanted to put Jackie was a wonderful student today?
Yeah. You can check her, and then you also can type whatever you want to. But notice where it goes. Notice it went, I'm typing the other thing. It goes at the bottom of this list. If I click next to Jackie's name to the left of the checkbox, then I can add on. So did you see the 2 different places I clicked? If I click to the right of that checkbox, it puts it at the very end of the list. If I click to the left of the checkbox, then it's going to go next to her name. yeah, you can make notes within notes, if that makes sense. Okay, lots of different ways to use Evernote. If you download that user guide that I put on Edmodo, it gives you a lot more ideas of how to use Evernote as a teacher. If you just go to YouTube and search Evernote, then you're going to get tons of videos on how to use Evernote. If you go and search in Google, just Evernote in the classroom, it's going to give you tons of ideas of how to use Evernote in the classroom. If you teach, which I don't think we have any this year, high school, any high school teachers? Okay, we do have high school teachers, good. Oh, yeah, Leanna, that's right. Great tool to teach kids to keep notes, especially if they're getting ready to go to college. It is a great way. I so wish I had had a tool like this in college, because note-taking was my weakest skill. They're very spoiled, definitely. I would have loved to have had this. But you still, even if you have this, you still have to be organized. You have to organize the notes where you can actually access them and use them the way that notes are meant to be used. Okay, any questions about Evernote or Edmodo? You know, that was so fast. It was not a comprehensive training of how to use them. Just some ideas of how I want you to use them. During the Summer Institute, I will be posting to Edmodo probably every day. So I know it'll be easy for you to check Edmodo as you're here. Be sure to do that, and we will put some stuff on there. I know I have some books left from last year's Summer Institute, and I'm going to be giving those away. And so check Edmodo, because you'll find during the Summer Institute ways to win those books. So I just need to give those to teachers instead of them sitting in my office not being used. And so Edmodo is how I will do that. So check that for sure. Anyone have any questions?
Do you use Evernote with your phone? Does it let you still go in and set it up like homework?
Yes, it's harder.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's what I was trying to use right now.
It's harder,
okay.
but yeah, it does. I can't remember for sure, but I may have actually made that one on my phone.
Okay.
I can't remember. But it does let you, it has all the full functionality on your phone, as it does there. And the easiest way, of course, is on the laptop, but most of us aren't at a laptop most of the time that we're taking notes. I notice more and more as I'm going to conferences that laptops are just becoming obsolete. The people that carry the laptop in and sit down in the conference and open it up, you know, they're the ones that look like the dinosaurs. Like, wow, how quickly has that changed? That's amazing. Because I still use my laptop for a lot. I could not convert 100% to an iPad, and when I first got it 2 years ago, I thought, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to ditch that laptop, and I'm going straight for an iPad. That's not happening. It's not going to happen. Any other questions? Okay, we're going to take another break so Debbie can get set up.